What is up, guys? It is Dog Cruncher and I'm back for another Minecraft mod showcase. And today, if you hadn't read the title already, we are going to be doing the Animal Bikes mod. We might only get through the crafting recipes and maybe 4 of the mobs, 4 of the actual bikes themselves. Because I did this, I've tried doing this before, but I had to turn the computer off before it could upload. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the first couple of things you're gonna need. The first thing you'll need is rawhide, and to craft that you'll need 9 leather and a crafting table. Then you'll need 3 of them rawhide to make a saddle, which requires, as well as 3 rawhide, 1 string and 1 iron ingot. That will get you the saddle which you will need to craft all of these mini bikes. And this bike here. Butter and diamonds. Butter and diamonds. That's what this guy loves. Might have just given the whole thing away, but I don't care. No. Starting off with kind of like the regular non-hostile ones. Oh, not non-hostile mob bikes. And the first crafting recipe is for the cow bike. And you will need 8 raw steaks, and a saddle in the middle, which is going to be the same with all of them. And these, all of them but 3 of them can be all of them but 3 can be dyed, which is why there was a dye type of dye above all of them except for 3 of them. And if there is anything underneath the actual bike itself, it is because that gives it like a special ability. Next is the sheep bike, and to craft that you will need 8 wool surrounding a saddle, and the pig bike requires 8 raw pork chops. These all have to be raw, it won't work. 8 raw pork chops surrounding a saddle, and it can be dyed, which is slightly weird. And the pig bike is also the only one that actually comes with a saddle. That actually comes with the saddle on the back. The chicken bike, as you can imagine, looks like a chicken, except you can dye it, and requires 8 raw chickens, or chicken, and a saddle. That is, just a second, there. Next we have the wolf bike. To craft it you'll need 3 cooked pork chops, 3 cooked steaks, 2 bones and a saddle in the middle. And this can be dyed, and all of these have something like a 20% chance of spawning a baby, except for bats, snow golems, ocelots and all of the other ones. I think it's only like for these 4, and maybe the wolf as well. Next is the snow golem bike, and it requires 8 snow blocks and a saddle. Next is the bat bike, and it will require 8 potions of night vision, and to make them you will need an awkward potion and golden carrots. And you cannot craft this with the night vision 8-minute ones. And they will need to be surrounding a saddle, and you will get the bat bike, and when you are riding this it will give you night vision, so it's quite handy for going into caves and stuff. And also the wolf bike will attack any nearby sheep or mob that attacks either you or him. The ocelot bike is requires, oh my gosh, my tongue is so tied up right now. The ocelot bike requires 8 raw fish surrounding a saddle, and when it's spawned it will have 3 cats following it. So if you like cats and stuff, I mean, it's bike for you. Seriously. It is supposed to be like all hostile, And but because the God, because there were only 2 chests that were able to fit this slot in, which are all non-hostile mobs anyway, I could fit the squid in, and none of these actually are hostile. It's just like the spider, the actual spider, and creeper, and enderman are all hostile. So I thought I'd categorize them like that. And the squid bike requires 8 insects and a saddle. The creeper bike, these are all dialable except the ender bike, the dino bike, and the notch bike. The creeper bike requires 8 pieces of TNT, so you gotta go kill some creepers first, or go get a mod that allows you to craft gunpowder or something. And the 8 TNT will surround a saddle. I don't know why I'm saying that, because that's the same for every single one of these. And also the model for this one is rather funny. I mean, if you guys haven't seen like anyone else do this before, then you will know. If you guys have seen anyone else do this before, you will know it kind of looks like a pig, but without the snout. So yeah, the creep bike. The spider bike requires 8 spider eyes and a saddle, and can be dyed. The ender bike is the first one that we are going to look at, which cannot be dyed, and requires 8 ender pearls and a saddle. And in the next chest we have the slime bike, the silverfish bike, and the ghast bike. There is a game wall for ghast, but I'll get to that when we get there. The slime bike requires 8 slime balls and a saddle, and these can all be dyed. And this one has a 20% chance of spawning a magma cube slime bite, and for the creeper it has a 20% explosion chance when it takes either fall damage or you punch it or anything, and has a 20% chance of spawning a charged creeper. I think it's the same for that, but it spawns a cave spider. I'm not sure. It didn't say on the forum page. And then, for the silverfish bike, you're going to require 8 smooth stone and a saddle. And the diamond pickaxe is under there because when you are holding a pickaxe, it can dig for you. It can dig for you, and if you press shift, it will dig straight down. So it's kind of cool, but not that good, because you all know what happens when you dig straight down. You fall in lava. The ghast bike requires 8 ghast tears, as you could imagine. As the same for most of the other ones. I mean, like slime ball, silverfish, pop out stone, so stone is for the crafting recipe. Ghast drop ghast tears, so it's like most of their drops, really. Look, the ghast bike, the ghast bike requires 8 ghast tears and a saddle. Can be dyed, and when you are holding a piece of gunpowder in your hand, it will shoot fireballs. But I think that's kind of a bug at the minute because I had to aim like at the floor to shoot them, because they kept going up. So yeah, the game rule for that is you can only spawn these in the nether unless you do / game rule animal bikes ghast nether only true. If you do that, then you will be able to spawn it just randomly. So yeah, ghast bike. Next we're moving on to the really, really special ones. I mean, like, the kind of expensive ones, but then again, not that expensive. And the first one is probably the most expensive out of the whole flipping thing. Actually, I say that, and again, probably not. Yeah, this is the pony bike. Can be dyed, and it spawns. There are 54 different types of pony to get, but there are only like 4 actual types of pony. There's the ground pony, which spawns flowers wherever it walks and grass and stuff, so it's kind of like walking bone meal kind of thing. There is the Pegasus, which can fly. There is the Unicorn, which has like rainbow glitter coming out of its asshole. And there is some like super ultimate pony. Let me just go and check. And the last one is the Alicorn pony, which has all of the like other ponies, so you can be flying whilst having rainbow glitter coming out of your ass, and when you walk in you can just have like flowers, so it'd just be like woo, walking backwards and watching flowers grow. Yeah, the next one is the Ranger bike, so it's kind of appropriate for what has just happened. I mean, it being Christmas and all. It being Christmas just a couple of days ago, and it requires 8 spruce saplings and a saddle, and you can't dye the whole thing, but you can dye the nose. So if you want like a Rudolph, just get rose red dye, and and put it on there. Really? I mean, that's Rudolph. And it can also fly as well. The next one is personally my favourite. It is the Dragon Bike, or Ender Dragon Bike. It requires 8 endstone and a saddle, and we're probably not going to get around to the actual bikes. And when you hold a flint and steel in your hand and right click with the Ender while you are riding the dragon, the Ender Dragon, it will actually breathe fire. So that's kind of cool. I mean, like, I don't understand who doesn't like dragons, unless you're like proper girly girl. Next one is the Iron Golem Bike, and it requires 4 iron blocks, 1 rose and 3 vines. And they can be dyed. I put dandelion yellow, so we can make it a Butter Golem. Dandelion butter. Dandelion yellow, so we can make it Butter Golem. This one is the bunny bike, but it's not like a little cute bunny, it's like flipping giant monster Easter bunny kind of thing. These can be dyed, and when killed they will drop presents, I believe. Yeah, that's what it said on the forums anyway. And you will need 8 eggs and a saddle. Next one is the Chocobo. You can get them in mod packs like Hex It and Tech It and Feed the Beast and stuff like that. They can be dyed, and when you're riding on them, and if you have a carrot, just a regular carrot in your hand, and you right click on the Chocobo bike, it will sprint, as I've been told. And to craft it, you're actually going to need more carrots, so you're going to need 9 carrots in total, and a lot of butter, because you're going to need 8 butter carrots and a saddle. The next one is the Dino Bike. This cannot be dyed and has no special ability, except for one that doesn't have an item. When you walk up to anything, when you walk up to anything, it will actually pick it up with your mouth. It's really funny with the pterodactyl thing. It just looks like you speared it with your mouth. And it requires 8 fossils and a saddle. And you're probably thinking, how do I craft fossils? Well, the answer is right here. You will need 8 bones and a piece of coal to craft 1 fossil. You do not get more fossil for this. Just 1. And that will spawn 4 different types of dinosaurs. And only one of them can fly. But it is really funny when you pick up like cows and sheep and stuff. Next one is the Chinese Dragon Bike, and it requires just 8 fireworks. They don't all have to be the same, I don't think. And I just did like plain fireworks because I really wasn't like just a regular firework rocket, because I really was not in the mood to make some really retarded ultimate firework thing.